Alright, here we go.
Turn left toward Forest Boulevard North, Lake Street South. Then immediately turn right toward Forest Boulevard North, Lake Street South.
I'm only living once here.
At the stop sign, turn left onto Forest Boulevard North, Lake Street South.
Oh yeah, that was open. I was talking to myself about the gas station. My friend Clifford there said that one was closed all up totally. I think he just seen all the fencing around it because they're redoing the tanks or whatever and pumps there or whatever. So he just thought maybe it was all closed up, but no, it's still open. It's just open for the store though, no gas. Yeah, so I got a little bit of a funk in me tonight. I've been debating with the Lord about this whole situation and me not working and stuff. And I get scared though, because I really feel like God doesn't want me to work a normal job. He wants me to work more for Him, you know, talking about Him. Well, that's what He told me He wanted me to do, start talking about Him more, but I don't know if He wanted me to do that as a job or whatnot, but I did feel that He didn't want me to work a normal job. I don't quite understand that part. I feel like He don't want me to work for like corporate stuff or something. I don't know. So so every time I've said it in numerous videos of mine, I'm probably starting to sound like a repeating record, but I get scared when I fill out job applications. I got a healthy fear of the Lord. I don't want to disobey Him, but I want to understand Him too. And I understood Him playing His day when He didn't want me at the Foundry no more. When He said that He was, you know, I'd done what I could do there, done what I was supposed to do there, not what I could do, but what I was supposed to do there. And I told my a fair amount of my other coworkers that that's what God told me, and that I'd be leaving soon. You know, my plan. Not God's plan, my plan. Let's stick around a bit longer and earn more money to try to save a little, make a little cushion, you know. And even though I could feel God wanted me to go,
Exit the traffic circle onto Forest.
even though it was the hardest job I ever worked, I had created quite the
Half a mile. Use the right lane.
quite the camaraderie with everybody.
To Taylor's Falls.
Got everybody kind of working together, laughing together, having fun with each other rather than being miserable there and people mad at each other and stuff, you know. But I got it turned around to where everybody was having fun, you know, even though it was a scary, hostile environment. Well, had fun for the most part. Sure, we had our tough times and things that get heated and tough, and machines are breaking or it's super hot and day, and which makes the Foundry even hotter, you know. But still even joke around that. We went from that to things just starting to change, and then basically kind of got quiet fired there because they
Use the right lane to take the USA East ramp.
management changed, and so just things got really tough there, and I was starting to get forced out, and then they changed. They were going to change my hours too. Nobody else is just fine and stuff. I don't know. Just the whole deal. I just that job wasn't for how all the things I did there to help that place. Not that I'm like the answer to it all or nothing like that. I don't mean it like that. I don't know. I just felt I was like wasn't being treated properly by the HR and the office people or whatever, you know. Because anything I brought to them when not good stuff was happening with new management, whatever they had, they treated me like nothing happened or nothing. But anyway, so basically I just took it as God was saying, I told you I wanted you to go, that it was time for you to go. You should have trusted me and had faith, and you should have just went. But if I have to, I'll force you out here, you know. It's kind of how it was, you know. So I believe that's what happened, you know. And then, so I'm on this new journey here, and I'm still out of work, and because I feel, I don't understand it, but I know I'm not supposed to work a normal job. Worked lots of all my life, and I'm not afraid of work. Worked a really hard job, but so I started this channel, and I'm getting on my way to 400 videos. I've got 300 something. So I finished editing what I've got. I just was uploading at the library. They uploaded I want to say 16 videos today to 2 different channels, so I had like 32 uploads. But and learn how to accept help. I think I've done a pretty dang good job at that. I hope I have. I hope I don't have to be tested any further on it. You know, I mean, not in a struggle some way, you know. This day to day, the Lord has provided. I can't, you know, I'm very thankful for that. If it wasn't for the Lord providing me with churches and community and stuff, I wouldn't have made it through the winter, you know, without having to work or something, you know, I don't know. But I'm burning out on it. So I've been kind of debating with God a bit about it. And that keep kind of threatening him a little bit, not threatening him really, I don't know how to explain it, but I keep saying, well, I gotta go to work. I gotta, you know, I have to. Hoping that he'll say it's okay, or go to this place, or you know, show me the light in front of me that this is the way to go, you know, what you're supposed to go do. But all I keep feeling is to just wait and trust. Keep your faith. Keep doing what you're doing. Well, what I'm doing is surviving day to day, moment to moment. Doing my best to keep making videos like this and uploading them to this channel, you know, because it's me letting people get to know me, and I'm talking about God, my feelings about Him, and how I debate with Him, or things He's done for me, and appreciation for that stuff, and how I see it. You know, because God didn't ask me to teach Scripture. He told me just He wanted me to talk about it. Now that might change. I hope not. I'm not ready for all this change yet. I've already had so much change going on. I don't know, this is just one of those times where you just kind of get that nothingness feeling in you. You know, where is life going? It doesn't matter, because I'll live forever, you know, unless God, you know, unless I yes, I did messed up somewhere, and for some reason, I don't get to go to heaven, and I got sent in a lake of fire or something. I don't believe that'll happen. I really don't. But I can't say 100% because I'm not the decision maker. The Lord is, you know. But outside of His decision, I would say, yes, I'm going to heaven. And no matter what, I'm going to keep being the best I can to people. I'm going to keep helping people. I'll keep living the best I can the way Christ walked this earth. I may not always meet up to how good He was, but I sure try. And I've been trying it for lots of years. You know, it's tough because you see so many people around you that just do so many things that are not of God. I used to keep hanging around them all and everything, and thinking, they got goodness in them. They're going to change, or they see the light. They're going to wake up and quit doing that, or something. Just things in my world, especially after my past, just got worse and worse and worse, man. It's just like the viper pit opened, But God did tell me when that happened, and all that attack came for me around when I started working at Foundry. God came to me a lot while I was at the Foundry, but one night He came to me so strong and just started talking so much. I was trying to write it all down. I got this red ink. I got a Bigfoot at. I got it up above here somewhere. I was writing down so many notes and stuff, things He wanted me to tell my friend, so she could know the truth about things. And I was afraid that her feelings were going to be hurt and stuff, and didn't want to do it because I knew that not nice stuff. But He told me, no, the truth is what's important, not protected feelings, And it kind of pressured me into that one too. And when I started telling her stuff, I knew because I had to. The Lord was telling me I was running out of time, and things weren't going to be good for me if I didn't start confessing the truth out. And I didn't want her to have hurt feelings about stuff, But I did it. And I told her, I said, as much as I could tell her that I remembered that I wrote down, I said, I got it all in a notebook. I said, if you ever want to talk about it, read through the notebook of everything you told me. I never did, though. I think I told her enough that it kind of put a little shocking into her or something. But, and the Lord also told me that night that for me not to worry, that everything was going to work out this time for me. He said there was going to be some more bumps in the road. Oh my goodness gracious, has there been some bumps. Bumps bigger than I was imagining, but there still seems like I'm kind of riding on it. But even though I've been out of working on money, considering that's the situation and living through Minnesota winter, it actually went quite smooth. It was a little bumpy because surviving day to day, wondering who's going to help you, or how you're going to get help, or how you're going to stay warm, or I didn't have to worry about eating too much because I did get the SNAP program for food, So, but I've lost everything else, all my storage units and a lot. But I know, as much as it hurts, I know there's a reason. And I trust the Lord with it. As much as it hurts, and I wish it would all end and just the good stuff would happen. I know there's a reason. I just don't understand it yet. So, God, I'm just feeling really emotional right now. I don't know why this is coming on to me right now. I've been doing really good with it, right? And I should be a little bit happier because winter's pretty much over. I mean, we still got some cool weather, but it's not that bad. Man, it's got to be just because it's been going on for so long. Kind of like when I'd watch Survivor with my parents. Whether it was across town, or they'd turn on their TV, I'd turn on mine, and we'd talk on the phone and say, okay, we'll call you up if the show's over, And sometimes I watch with but seeing those contestants, what I would go through, and how they'd get so emotional later into the challenge, you know, when they're just really getting whooped by life a bit, and they find a different appreciation for life. That's kind of what I've been going through. The only difference is, instead of me being on an island with a bunch of people, I'm on a little island that's this box by myself. Now, I have made a lot of friends, new friends, because I walked away from all the darkness that was around me. Let me tell you, there's some darkness there. Different ways there was darkness, but some of the darkness was like pitch black, fiery red evil kind of stuff. But a lot of hurt there, things that would normally really break me down and hurt my heart. But as much as the things God showed me that was going on behind my back, and people that I thought were my friends and my siblings and just everything being around, God just let me see it all and said, hey, look, this is going to make you stronger. Trust me, you're going to be okay. I love you. And I know that. I knew it anyway ahead of time, but it helped having him reassure me. But then he also said that after that everything was going to work out this time, but there'd be some bumps. He told me that all those that had done me wrong or are doing me wrong, that they would repent or they will experience him. And I could feel what I felt like was for me to not worry about it and just keep following the path, and he'll guide me. He'll keep guiding me. Follow the path, don't worry about it, let him take care of it. But I could feel, it was like Old Testament, kind of like eye for an eye kind of a deal or something, you know. And but I knew what he was saying, everything was real, you know. So then he also told me, which I still haven't, I think I know what it is, but he told me to protect what was most important to me. And that one was a tough one, because I had so much emotional stuff going on around me in this world of the flesh that, you know, with my mom dying, my siblings all demons coming out of them or whatever, and a friend who I care a lot about, my heart was, instead of using my mind, it was using my heart, thinking I knew it was her, because God wants me to be there for her no matter what, you know, no matter how painful it gets, he wants me to be there for her. And that hasn't changed yet. So I was thinking maybe it was her that I was supposed to protect. But now I'm starting to feel more like maybe she's part of it, but I feel like what's more important to protect is my relationship with the Lord, because that is what's most important overall for me. No matter what it is in life, my relationship with the Lord and the Lord is number one over anything, you know. And there's not a thing in this life that's more important. But because I am living in this world, it still doesn't make it easy. But without the Lord, it'd really be a tough spot. When he told me he wanted me to start talking about him more, I said, well, if any of my founder people were walking by, they probably would have thought I was losing my noodle. Because I said it out loud too. I said, well, if I start talking to everybody about you, they might think I'm crazy. And he said, it didn't matter. He said, you'll always have me. And I was like, yeah, I know that's right. And I did. I started talking about the Lord, and I found reminded about it. I was amazed how well it was accepted and how things started transforming there in a whole new way. It's like everybody got more spiritual or more closer to God with me or something. It's really cool. So, I don't know. Lord has sent me on a path through so many different challenges in my life. And each different one, you know, I was nervous about, scared about, or something. Sometimes they were super duper tough. But I've always made it through. You know, he's always made a way through it all for me. And he probably will again. Well, actually, I say I know he will. You know, but I sure don't like going through it. And I've been going through this one so long. Oh. I sure hope I'm almost to the other side. Like, be nice if just passing this next green light, if that was where I went through it. And it was all getting better from there. Here comes the green light. Woohoo! I hope that, just that analogy, I hope it really happened there. Well, Lord, I hope it was okay for me to do that. I don't know if there's anything to that, but sure would be nice. So anyway, I'm gonna probably, it being darker and me driving and stuff and feeling a little burnt out and emotions, I'm not gonna be stopping and starting the camera this time. I'm just gonna let it roll and I'll figure it out in editing later. I might have some to be continued, where it automatically cuts off, in the middle of me talking. Because one thing for sure about this channel is that I always say too, that's repetitive, is that this is real. I turn on the camera and I don't know what I'm gonna say or talk about. I just get it plugged in and ready to roll and hit record, and I just let what happens happen. Because I want it to be totally real. I don't want to be scripting nothing, or today I'm going to talk about this, or I'm going to... Because the minute I start planning, to me it's like, then it's more me, than God or something. If by me just turning on the camera and letting it roll, more like it's God or the Holy Spirit speaking through me, So I never know what these are going to go like. So there's been a couple times, like when I got to 300, I tried doing a theme, so I did a better life, And that got really long, so I made it into 2 parts that were both like an hour and something long. I don't watch my videos. I don't normally pay attention to how many people are watching them or nothing. Well, I do pay attention to subscribers. I don't know why. It's not like man hours. It does, kind of, because the more subscribers you get means the more people that are liking it enough to want to keep coming back or get notified or something. Sort of help me by just clicking subscribe to grow the channel, help the channel grow or something. So I do look at that, even though I know that doesn't have any weight really on what a channel is. Because people still keep coming back watching it and never subscribe, But, being a human being, look at that, and sometimes when I'm uploading and stuff, I'll open up the analytics and where you can see a little graph of your views and during over timeline, and then it'll show what's currently happening or whatever. So that can be exciting sometimes, especially when you see the spikes, Definitely don't hold on if you're doing a channel or anything like that. Don't hold on to the valleys. When it's slow or people aren't watching or you're not getting activity. Don't even sweat that. Don't look at it. Because sure we'd like to have all kinds of people getting excited about God, but it'll all happen the way it's supposed to. I told myself that recently, and I do like the spikes though. When it spikes up and there's a lot of viewers, that makes me feel good. And I hope that I'm feeling good for the right reasons. I hope it ain't like, my ego or something, and they're like, ooh, yeah, they're me, because I don't want it to be me. I want to do what God said. I guess the only way I want it to be me is if somehow, because it's me, it brings people closer to God, that's the main thing. And I don't want me to be first, I want God to be first. And if God is what's mostly seen out of this, and then people like me too, well, hey, that's cool. That's just because God made me the way I am, so thank you, Lord. Now, as for this other crap I'm getting squeezed through, sure hope I'm done getting squeezed on. I keep saying to you, Lord, I don't know how much more of this I can take. And every time I think I can't take no more, I make it another day, another week, and another week. And then I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm gonna get a job. I'm doing it. I gotta make money. And then it won't happen. Or the job I seen the night before that I'm gonna go try to get or apply or something like that, it's erased, or you can't no longer apply. It's all gray. You can't even click on the button. And then the ones information? Am I prepared to write in this other information stuff, you know? And then with not having internet no more, my data's already gone on my phone, so that's like slow as the molasses. Thank you ladies for friends from the cities that have been helping me with my phone bill over the last couple months. I greatly appreciate that. And if you can't help me with it, that's okay. I appreciate what you have done. Yeah. One thing that's really nice is a lot of people that are kind of connected to me, through me, or whatever, around me, or whatever, because I've been doing all this stuff and doing what God told me to talk about more stuff. I've watched it spread on Facebook because I post on Facebook. Like, when I see other pictures I like on Facebook that are a picture of a cross with a saying on it, or if it's a picture of the armor of God, you know, or the helmet of salvation, or the shield of faith, all the different stuff. When I see pictures and artwork I like that sit with me, or that I feel, I'm saving to my phone, you know, and then when I make a post about, like, say, I might do a couple pictures of me sitting at my laptop editing videos for this channel, and I post a picture of me and then a picture, a godly picture, and then maybe a different picture of me and somebody else that I met or something, a selfie or something, and then another godly picture or something. I don't know, it just depends on how it goes. Sometimes I don't always do it that way. Sometimes I don't post it just all godly picture stuff too, or just whatever comes out of me. I don't know. But since I've been doing that, I've been seeing more and more people doing it now that didn't do it before. So good stuff's happening. I got friends of mine that never talked about God or nothing. Now one that got hard for me is I had a lot of people. Even when I was younger, people would come to me with their problems and for help. I don't know, I just naturally healed or helped people. And everyone was nicknamed for a while. They'd call me Dr. D or the doctor or Dr. D, and some people just call me D. But anyway, there's that word. I'm doing pretty good with that though. So recently, going through this whole challenge, I've been meeting more people too. At first, I went to multiple pastors to talk to them, meet with them, tell them my story. I did laughing, crying, and everything. Told them about a lot of the stuff we talk about on this channel. I mean, you guys are getting more on this channel than the pastors got. They just got kind of a short, meaty version of it, you know. I was a little more open with them about some of the darkness of my siblings and stuff, especially my brother. You know, because I needed to get that stuff out of me. And it was nice to let each of those pastors know who I am and where I'm at, you know, why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. Even though I'm still happy and make people laugh and all that good stuff. But that stuff sucks the energy out of you. You gotta re-energize sometimes. Right now, I've been getting so much energy sucked out of me. So all the new people I've met and people from the past and stuff still keep coming to me for stuff. And I do my best to, you know, try to heal them any way I can. And a lot of people asking me, the newest thing for me is from the Foundry on, is people ask me to pray for them and stuff. That's a whole new world for me. I never went to school to be a preacher, pastor, or nothing like that. So when people started asking me to pray for them, if I'd say prayer for them. But I started out by saying, yeah, I said, you know, before I go to bed tonight, you know, I'd say a prayer for you. I said, as a child, my mom taught me to say my prayers before I go to bed, you know. Kitty prayers at first, you know, now I lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, pray the Lord my soul to take. You know, and I do my God blesses to about everybody and family and stuff. Well, now I still do that kind of stuff. I don't do that normal prayer like that. I don't do my kid prayer. I've done that in a long time. My mom taught me a cute one with your hands that you do is, here's the church, here's the steeple, open the door and see all the people. That one was really cute. I like that one when I was a kid. Thought it was neat. Anyway, so stuff coming to me, and so many sorrows and problems, and what's going on in their life, and bills, and cars breaking down, and deaths in the family, or people in accidents, and troubles in schools, and children, and significant others, and all this stuff, you know. And I value the fact that all these people turn to me, you know, they see something in me that comforts them, and I'm glad they get that from me. But and I'm not knocking them at all, because they don't know any better, but they don't see how much that drains me either, because they don't know about all the other people either, you know. A lot of people just think kind of themselves in their world, you know. Charlie Master used to say I was really outside of myself. I didn't understand that in the beginning. I didn't know what he meant, but I know it now. I know it very well. I know exactly what it meant. But I know what he's seen. Somebody's passing me because I'm only going 55 into 55. So it's starting to burn on me. Well, then God told me a few weeks ago that I couldn't save everybody's problem. I wasn't the answer to everybody's problem. I couldn't, save everybody's problem or whatever. You know, I wasn't the answer, the cure, and all that. So I had to reanalyze that too and start pulling myself back from people without shutting them off. You know. A whole another skill I'm learning, I guess. I didn't even think about that till now. It's another one of the tests I'm probably going through. I hope I'm passing, Lord. Sorry, Lord, I didn't mean to get too snippy there. Well, I kind of did. See, you can be honest with God too. You know, God would rather have you be honest with Him. If you're mad at Him and frustrated in life, He'd rather have you tell Him. Be mad instead of holding it in and walking away from Him. You know, God ain't gonna turn away from you. You can yell at. Feel like you got to yell and cry and scream at them, you know, go ahead and do it, you know. I hope I'm saying it right, Lord. I don't want to create something that's supposed to create. But I do believe the Lord would rather have you do that than to feel like you can't talk to Him or walk away from Him. I think He'd rather hear you cry or scream to Him rather than you not. Go and turn away from Him and turn somewhere else, you know, because He loves you, no matter what. Even if you're hurting and you don't understand, I know that. I know what I'm hurting and all the different stuff I've been going through. I know He loves me, and I know there's a reason. I just don't understand yet. I will, though. My mom showed me that all the time. That, you know, you don't understand these things now, but I promise you, you're going to be able to look back. What you're going through right now, you'll look back and you'll see the picture. You'll understand it. She's been right every time so far, you know. And for the times that she ain't been right or God or whatever, that's just because I haven't seen it yet. I just ain't there yet, you know. Doesn't mean it ain't all part of it, you know. So everything that's coming out of me right now is me just reaffirming myself and everything I'm going through, and because I'm getting burnt out. I want to just be done with it, you know. I want the good stuff. I'm sick of the struggle. And the Lord knows that. I know He does. And I know He's not like happy that I'm struggling, but there is a reason. So He's toughening me up or something. But I think I've been made pretty tough now, Lord. I mean, in some ways, not to sound like a fathead or nothing, but in some ways, I feel kind of like a superhero for God. Can you toughen me up some more later? Can I have a break for a while? And at least the biggest thing right now that seems to be stressing me out so much is, and I could be wrong, maybe I'm not seeing the picture, but finances, boy, would sure make me not, I believe, would make me not stress so much. That's a big weight on me on a regular basis because of living in the world of the flesh, even though the Lord's been providing. still alive. I still get up every day. Still breathing. Still healthy. I've been having some aches and pains and stuff, but that's because I think I've been getting healthier. You know, that's where my aches and pains are coming from, because the bad stuff's slowly getting out of me, you know. So I was way overweight. Now I think I'm shedding weight, or shedding visceral fat. Then your muscles start hurting and stuff a little bit. Well, just all of it. I've got so much going on at once. Oh man, I'd be so happy to have, I don't know. I do. Finances is one of the biggest things I feel that I stress about the most. Even all the people that kept coming to me for their different stuff, they still will, and I still want them to. I don't want them to not have more to turn. And I still keep helping them, even if I'm burning out or hurting, you know. A lot of the time, or most of the time, or something like that, I don't even let them know how bad I'm hurting or feeling inside. I could be ready to just bawl my eyes out and quit. And then somebody will come to me with their problems, and I immediately become strong. Like not a thing's wrong with me. And I'm there for them, you know, and I just try to be what I can for them. You know? I'm stronger than I can for myself sometimes. Although I've been getting pretty strong for myself. It's weird, I get talking sometimes while I'm doing these videos, and I almost hear my karate master. So I wonder, my karate master was really wise and taught me a lot of stuff too. I wonder if it was God speaking through him the whole time, or a lot of the time. I don't know. A lot of it's coming out of me now. But I do hope I get, hope all this good sewing I've been doing through the years. I hope that harvest time is really, really soon. And it doesn't mean I'll walk away from it or nothing, but I'd like to be able to not feel so much constant pressure. It'd be nice to be able to not worry financially, because I'm getting older, and I'll go to work, but I keep telling God, I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of threatening my way, because if He doesn't want me to go, I won't do it. Even if I'm laying in the gutter starving, if God said no, don't you do it, I won't do it, you know. I believe, I shouldn't say believe, if I feel that and I know it, doesn't matter what anybody says for that, I ain't gonna do it, because I can feel and know what God wants me to do, or is telling me to do, or showing me to do.
At the traffic circle, take the second exit and
I haven't figured out why I'm on this whole path up here, but because the answer's going to come sometime, or I'm going to slowly transition into the next step or something, and I'll be able to look back and then you know, I hope that comes soon. I want that aha moment real quick.
USA East. Continue on USA East for 11 miles.
You know, sometimes in these darker nighttime videos, I really get some good stuff out. I think what I'm talking about on this journey, I'm doing some pretty good talking about stuff that I'm hoping that as people start finding these videos, stuff that you really get something good out of it, you know, be sharing whatever's coming out of me. I don't know. It just, burnt out, Lord, and I thank you very much for everything you've done for me and that you keep providing for me. I'm glad I have this roof over my head. I'm glad that I'm able to go right now and get a little bit of free play, just to get out of the camper and take a break from kind of part of the crazy world and go into a different crazy part of the world. Oh, I don't know. Please, Lord. Can't wait till. And now the better stuff's happening. I'm going to have to do some reflecting on all this. I'm glad I can make videos while I'm going through it. I almost didn't. I was almost thinking I was going to do them when I was back on my feet better. But think it was very important that I've been making them now while I'm going through all this crap, whatever it is. It's all part of the testimony. Testimony of Darren. Sounds kind of funny. I look up. I just now start thinking about the different books in the Bible. You don't hear no last names, first names, last names, middle names kind of stuff. Huh. I wonder what the story is on that. I don't know. I might have heard it before, and if I start finding out, I might be like, oh yeah, that's right, I remember that now. But I don't remember it now. I don't know if I ever remembered it or ever knew it. But once I start finding out, then maybe I'll remember it. Kind of like a movie you've seen before that you forgot that you've seen, and you start watching it. And sometimes, right in the beginning of it, the title and stuff didn't catch your mind at all, but right in the beginning of it, you know the whole movie because then you remember. Or a little bit into it, then it all comes back to you and you're like, oh yeah, I've seen this one. That doesn't happen to me in a while. Almost every movie as long as it's got the real title with it and stuff, and I've seen it. Most of them I see and remember, or I'll see it and be like, I know I've seen it, I kind of remember it, but as soon as I start watching it, then it'll all start coming back to me. But some of the movies I just know the whole movie like. It's just amazing how much knowledge we have up in our noodles here, up in our brains. That's within this vessel we're using. But probably the reason we can store so much knowledge up there is because of our mind and soul, not our brain and body. Well, oh, that's what I was going to say too as I start talking about. It's going to end up being a separate video, I just know it. But earlier when I was talking about all the people coming to me, you know, with their different stresses or problems or ailments or, you know, whatever it is, you know, just coming to me for comfort and healing and whatever. And the changes I've seen in the people, not only on like Facebook when I post stuff that other people are posting now, I'm seeing it grow and people feeling more free talking about God or expressing that yes, they believe too, instead of hiding from it or something. And some of my friends that have been good to me, they've never done me dirty behind my back or nothing. Two of my lady friends, the ones that have been helping with the cell phone bill, I can hear God coming out of them more, and feeling them filling with hope more, and reaching for God more. Because they've been seeing me doing it even while I've been getting dragged through the ringer, you know. Because I keep telling them, even though they worry about me all the time, but I'm like, you know what, I'm glad you worry about me. I know you're glad you care about me. But you know, this is happening for a reason. I tell them the same thing, and that I got to do what God says, you know. And I've had other friends, you know, if I want to go down to like Woodbury or other places, I could go work at other places. You know, I'll get your job here or that. And I could go back to work at the Founder too. I know I could. Almost 100% positive. Not 100% positive, but pretty dang close. Seen other people that didn't know where work is as good as me. So I was out producing everybody. I mean, I did a good job there. But and I've seen other people that quit, slackers that would quit or get fired, come back here 2, 3, 4 times, you know. That's not me. I've always had a set of morals, honor, code, or something like that. And anytime I've worked at a place that ends up really mistreating me or doesn't treat me with respect, I don't need to be there anymore, you know. Because I'm a good man. I'm a real good man. And I ain't gonna be belittled or mistreated. Now, that doesn't mean that isn't about salary or wages or nothing like that. It's about how I'm treated and appreciated. who I am as a human being, the effect I have on the environment and morale and everything. It's always a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Glad I'm getting a double lane here. I got somebody behind me. I feel like I'm getting pushed. Praying to God about it too, if I should go on this journey or not, you know. And I asked him, I said, please, I'm not supposed to go, let me know, and if I am, help me make up my mind or something. I don't know. I don't want to go if I should go. And anyway, so I'm going, but it's all gonna be good. I get sidetracked. Just start talking about my friends, talking more about God and turning closer to him and stuff. And I was so proud of my friend Jennifer the other day. She's still going through a lot too, but she worries about me too, and she asks me a lot, you know, say prayers for her, and I do. I say prayers for her and her family, and both her husband and her daughter, and her friend Susan, which is my friend also. And I say prayers for all of them and their surroundings and their families. After saying a lot of prayers, all of a sudden I seen the lion come out of my friend Jennifer. Even though she's still feeling tough and stuff, with tough stuff going through her life, she decided to take the reins. We were on the phone the other night, and she just started speaking a prayer for all of us, for me, and my life, and her family, and her friend Susan, and she just did this really nice prayer. Came out of nowhere, and then when I let her, when she got to the end and said amen, I just was amening with her, and I thanked her, and I said that was so nice. You know, it was like the Holy Spirit was just flowing right through her. It was really neat. Thank you for that. I hope you keep helping Jennifer too. I hope Jennifer, Susan, Chad, and Tiffany, all of them, and then their parents and their loved ones. And I hope you, Lord, if you, any of my viewers that are watching, Lord, if you show your presence in their life, and if they're going through any type of hurt or feeling lost or got questions, I hope you help them find answers, or the comfort they need, or the wisdom they're looking for, and I mean that, Lord. I hope this channel helps lots of people, even after I'm long gone. It's definitely a different kind of channel, that's for sure. I kind of feel just like an average Joe, or an average Darren, I should say. Well, I got a cute story. I was telling my friend the other day about it. I was working as maintenance at Falcon Apartments when I first started there. There was this old guy named Joe that worked there kind of part-time with little tinkering and stuff, you know, would change light bulbs and lamps and stuff like that. He wasn't doing the ladder thing so much anymore, you know, just getting up there, and he was getting, I forget if he had macular degeneration or something. His eyes were getting really bad, and he couldn't hardly see. Basically legally blind. You can kind of see or whatever. But really nice guy. I liked him a lot. Well, cutest thing is when I first started there, they asked me if I could go through every apartment and see if I could find a way to reattach the heat registers to the walls because they're all pulling away from the walls. And I'm pretty good at, and I'm smart, and I know how to adapt real quick in situations. So some I had to like use like a little putty knife to fling the stuff out behind them because that would stop you from getting up against the wall. And then that's because when they were put in, somebody put them in quick and they didn't anchor them into studs. Or it might have been anchored into a stud. Maybe that's where there was a leak, or the 2x4 might have got moisture on the screw or something from heat and bolt changes. And finally it got started like loosening up, rotting out, or whatever. So then I, like a 33 unit
600
building.
feet at the traffic circle. Take the second exit.
And I went through
East.
within like, I don't know if it took me, I can't remember, it was 4 or 6 hours or something like that. I don't know, do every building in there. Maybe it was like 4 hours, I don't know, it was fast. And Yvonne, who ran the office then,
Exit the traffic
I told her, she said, oh, did you just finish? I told her I was done. So you got first floor done? I said, oh no.
East for 10 miles.
And Joe said, no, the whole building. She was like, the whole building? You know? And they were shocked, you know, but kind of how I do stuff, you know. And it was good work too. It wasn't like I was putting a Band-Aid on. But anyway, the funny story with Joe that I like so much is him going with me apartment to apartment because everybody in the building knew him. You know, it's all mainly older people and stuff in there, older and disabled. So that way they knew Joe, and he could say, "Yeah, this is our new maintenance guy, Darren, or whatever," you know. And so that way they knew who I was. So I wasn't going by myself, and they didn't know me and stuff. It'd be all uncomfortable. And anyway, it was like I could tell you more stories about Joe too. Me and him had some fun together. We're on the elevator one time. Remember, this guy's like almost 80 years old or something like that. I think he was 81, 82 maybe. And his mom was still alive. I think she was like, I don't know, 100 or something. Maybe he was 79 and she was 99 or something. I don't know. But he was old, really old. So was his mom. But she might have had him when she was 16, 17 or something. I don't know. But what was cute, even though he was old, we were on the elevator. His cell phone rings. He had a flip phone. And here's this 80-year-old man answering his flip phone. It was his mom calling. And I got to see the child in him instantly, even though he was an old man. He was like, "I know, Mom. I'm working right now, you know." "Yes, I know, but I'm working. I can't talk right now." You know, and it just, his voice and everything, it's like, he didn't want to backtalk his mom, but he was frustrated, you know. And he felt like, you could just hear the kid in him. It was really cute. And I'll carry that with me all my life, you know. And that happened when I was, gosh, I don't know, probably in my 30s, I'm guessing. Yeah, I think I was in my 30s. I had a lot of good stories from that building, too. Man, wait, I got so many more stories to tell about stuff. I should really try to sit down and kind of go from like the beginning of my life. But just that would be, then I'm getting back to scripted, you know, or something. Right now, I'm just letting it rip, you know. I like that. It feels more natural, more real. That's something we're going to need in this world. It's total reality and something that isn't a bunch of cuts and stuff. And I'm not knocking other YouTube channels, you know. Because I cut out a big area in my first couple videos or something. One area where I was blubbering for a while. I cut that out, you know. I don't want y'all watching me cry for a while. But I've gotten more used to that too. Heck, now sometimes I don't like crying in front of the camera, but I just try to hold it back and grab my closest microfiber cloth I got and dry my eyes up. They're soaked up with tears. this little journey goes well, Lord. I know I'm not going to make $1 million or nothing, but it'd be nice if with their free play, if I was able to come back tomorrow with more than enough for gas money. That'd be nice. Gas or fuel money, I should say, because gas and diesel would be nice. I was going to stop along the way too in Chisago. Well, that's right. I stopped at Motor Mart. Stopped there and put my scurrions in the tank. Hoping that I'll have enough. I want to make sure I had enough, even though it leaves me a few bucks. Right now, I was hoping I still got some change and stuff, but I don't want to have to be over here and worry about running out of gas on the way back or something. God, I just don't like this stressful moment-to-moment stuff. And I'll tell you what, I would be out there just standing outside of jobs. I'd be so much more dominant to get a job if I didn't feel what I feel from God. And I still keep putting out applications and stuff. But yeah, man, my interviews go excellent. My interviews go really well. And I've got one heck of a sheet of experience.
Feeling nervous about something, you're there to back them up. They're there to back you up. Like, you got this, or
these different cultures and people attacking people and stuff. Kind of made me a little nervous about traveling, but now I feel there's so much I want to see in America yet. And yes, if we end up with peace in the Middle East, sounds funny. Sounds like a rhyme. I would think it'd be wonderful to be able to go see the places Jesus was in person. I think that'd be really neat. It's not like that's more of a sentimental thing, because it doesn't matter really, because Jesus walked in Israel is just like him walking in America or South America, North America, anywhere, because God's everywhere. But sentimental human in me would kind of like to see that. I got a lot of sentimental stuff right here in America to see yet. Stuff that I think would be neat to see. Because I don't want to just, sit in one spot and dissolve away. I'd like to enjoy life a bit. Experience some more stuff. Although I've got to experience a lot in life. I really have. Thank you so much, Lord. But as for this current little, whatever it is I'm going through, I hope this is changing right already. Well, I know it already is. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I hope I'm there, Lord. Oh my, I hope I'm not. I really don't. A lot of times I look forward to coming here. Because I'm so stressed with my financial situation.
Traffic circle, take the third exit onto Norway Street.
There's part of me that I know I was going to enjoy getting out and just. Because I do enjoy it and I have fun, even if I don't win, I still have fun. And I see people, and whether I see regulars that I run into or people that I've never met, and I talk to a lot of people. Sometimes we have some great conversations, whether it's about the Lord or different experiences. I don't know. It's
Exit the traffic circle onto Norway
seems like the
Street,
majority of it
turn
though
right
ends up
onto Minos Place.
basically being about God or something. All seems to get to that.
Turn right onto Minos Place. Then you'll turn right. In 300 feet, make a U-turn. Make a U-turn, then turn left onto
No, I don't need
Minos
to do
Place.
no U-turns. I'm going to the parking lot I got to go to. Because this is a big camper and I can't park in the regular people's parking lot. So I got to go out right here. I don't know how deep that hole is. Pretty deep because I'm leaning pretty sharp there. Apparently a lot of dirt has got splashed out of that puddle hole. Well, I'm here. Oh, there's probably a lot more I could talk about, but I'm here and I got to get in there and go breathe a little. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next one.